All right, eighth grade, let's go ahead and get into lesson 3 today. So I am personally excited for this one because you guys are doing a close read of La Llorona, and you're going to practice identifying the central idea and analyzing its development, right? So that's how it changes over the course or how it develops over the course of a text. And you're then going to practice writing a summary paragraph. Before we do that, let's go ahead and look at our entrance ticket for today. So please go ahead and go to page 107. The question for today is, what do we already know about the legend of La Llorona from Summer of the Mariposas? So go ahead and pause this video now and work to answer that question. Okay, guys, if you've not had time, I would love for you guys to share out as a class. So go ahead and pause the video and do that now. All right, guys, so I'm sure you had a lot of different answers, but here's what we know about La Llorona from Summer of the Mariposas. During an argument with her husband, La Llorona's children ran away. They fell into the river and drowned. She has visions of them and chases after them until they vanish. She forever mourns them. Legend says she threw her children in the river. Parents warn their children to stay away so La Llorona doesn't throw them in the river. So if you said any of that or anything similar, then you guys did a great job, okay? All right, so let's look at our learning targets for today. So we have 2. I can determine a theme and how it is conveyed through details in La Llorona, and I can write an objective summary of La Llorona. So you guys are now going to work through a close read of La Llorona. So the close reading guide is going to have the text excerpts and key questions for you guys to answer as you go through, okay? So you should see this, La Llorona, in your student workbook on page 108 and 109, La Llorona by Joe Hayes. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to work in triads if your teacher is comfortable with that. You guys are going to work together to first read it one time through, okay? And then I want you to read it one time through and go and answer all the questions that go along with it. So I'm going to pull up that close reading guide too so we can have some discussion about it. So it looks to me like you guys are going to focus on different excerpts of the text, right? And so there's 10 paragraphs in all. So I want you guys to go through, work as a group of 3 or 2 or whatever your teacher feels comfortable with, and read through this one time, annotating as you go. You can highlight words you don't know and kind of have some discussion around it. So let's go ahead first and do that close read. So go ahead and pause the video now and read through La Llorona the first time. All right, guys. So now that you've done that, I just want to focus on a couple of things as you go through the close reading guide. Okay, so I want you to talk about what is this text about before you do your next read. And then I want you to go ahead and work to fill out your close reading guide. And then we're going to come back together and we're going to write the summary, okay? So I want you to go through and read again. And this time I want you to focus on what is the theme of this text and how is it developed? So how does it make itself known as you go through all 10 paragraphs? So go ahead and read through a second time. This time you're specifically looking for theme, okay? All right, guys, go ahead and pause the video and do that now. So you should have 2 multiple choice questions. I want you guys to go ahead and answer those now, and then come back and let's go over those before we write a summary. Okay, guys, if you've not had, you actually have 3 multiple choice questions, not 2. So if you've not had a chance, I want you guys to turn and talk and share your answers, and then I'll go over them with you. All right, guys. So number 1, what is Maria's character flaw that leads to her eventual demise? Okay, and demise might be a word that you guys do not know, but you should have looked it up if you came across it. And demise means end, okay? So your answer should have been C, she is proud and angry. Which of the following details conveys this characterization? Underline all that apply. That's key in this question. So you guys should have underlined B, Maria thought she was better than everyone else, and D, in her anger, Maria seized her 2 children and threw them into the river. Number 3, what theme is developed through the story? This is the key. This is what you're going to write your summary paragraph about. You guys should have said B, pride and rage can lead to grief and damaging results. Okay, guys, so in the summary portion, let's go ahead and move to that now. This says to pair write. I'm okay with that as long as your teacher is. That's up to your teacher if you guys are allowed to pair write. So on the, you guys have a criteria. You should see a list for your summary. Be sure your summary includes an introduction to the text stating the title, the central idea, a brief synthesis of the main events of the text. So brief, you're not retelling me the story. You're only providing a big overview of the main things that happen, kind of like we do every day with the gist. And then lastly, a statement of theme, the point or message the author wants you to take away, evident in the text. Guys, please make sure you include textual evidence that supports this. You guys cannot, you can't just say something. You got to back it up with evidence from the text, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to leave you to this now. However your teacher wants you to do this, if they want you to do it individually, and then maybe we can pair share at the end once you've written it, or if they want you guys to pair write, that's completely up to your teacher. But I'm going to go ahead and sign off now. This is your culminating task for the day. So once you're done for today, and I'll see you guys again soon.